Hey, what's up, people? I been slacking a little bit on YouTube. It may not appear that way to you guys, but I know I have. Um, this heat is literally going to be the death of me. Uh, Tell I'm probably not too jovial looking because I'm not, but I want to tell you about something that happened to me yesterday that literally almost put me 6 feet under. So give me a second to get my thoughts. Lots going on, but my van is my life. My van is my home. My van is income. Without that, I am a dead man, 100%, without a doubt. So just to give you a little insight, I'm in a place right now called Bone Creek Recreation Area. I've done a couple videos out here before. It's in Holt, Florida, which is not real far from Milton, Florida, but it's not real close either. It's, I don't know, 20, 24 miles, or I forget the exact distance, but it's not right around the corner. But so I was out and about yesterday. I got up and took a ride out this way just for something to do. And I was feeling okay. And there was one place I had visited before. I don't even know the name of the place. It's so remote. It's so like in the boonies, but it's a really cool place. And I said, you know what? Let me do a little video showing that. But I knew I had to go to work, and something told me, we'll do that another day. Because for a few nights prior to yesterday, I started to develop a little misfire in the van. It was kind of weird. It was just very intermittently. It'd be like a little stutter, just a basic misfire, if you understand what I'm saying, if you know anything about automotive, that term. But so anyway, there's somebody walking up towards the pavilion. Hopefully she doesn't start talking to me, but I found a phone and a pair of glasses here, so hopefully that's all she's doing. But so I was going to go to this place. It's really, really remote, very scenic, but nobody would find me. If I broke down, no cell signal, nobody would find me. So it was kind of crazy. And so I was just out about adventuring. And I'm glad I decided not to go there. And I just headed back to Milton. And there was a lot of traffic because it's a holiday weekend. And I was driving on Highway 90 westbound in front of the place where I work, and also Walgreens. And literally, like when I say in front of where I work, it was directly in front of where I work. And all of a sudden, my vehicle acts up. It starts stuttering and stalls. Plus, I heard this loud, like sounded like a tire blowing. But it did it a couple times, and so I knew I was in trouble. I had problems, and I was really concerned. So my van dies in the right lane, right in front of where I work. So excuse me for a little bit because I felt uncomfortable because the other lady sat down real close to me and she was just getting her stuff, but I'm not sure her deal. I don't see a vehicle, so I don't know if she just walked out here or what. Anyway, back to my story. So I feel a little more comfortable talking now without someone eavesdropping, as odd as that may be, because this is going to be posted publicly and anybody can watch it. I felt a little awkward not being able to gather my thoughts. So my van breaks down in the right lane. My van is a total disaster as far as cleanliness on the inside. Traffic is bumper to bumper. I'm trying to figure out how to get my van out of the road without the popos showing up or any, I just like to stay under the radar. And not one person got out to help me. It probably wouldn't have been safe for them, so I'm going to give those people a pass, but I'm sure somebody would have been. There's a lot of good country folks around Milton. And so my life is flashing before my eyes because a few years ago I had to replace I put a brand new engine in the van. The engine blew with no warning. So yesterday all my gauges were fine, and I'm freaking out because it's so damn hot. I'm sorry. I know I'm scatterbrained here, but I'm trying to get to the point. But I'm there for 2-3 minutes, and I decide, let me try and start it one more time. It starts up, and now I hit the turn lane real quick, and it starts bucking and doing its thing. I get to pull into the shopping center. So now I'm out of the road, so that's a positive, if there is a positive in a very negative situation. I'm thinking my life's over. I still kind of feel that way because it's just a matter of time for a major breakdown, and I don't have the money to pay for it. So I'm freaking out. It's like probably 10 or 10:30 in the morning. Probably closer to 10:30 Central Time. And I really don't know. I have no idea what's going on. I looked, there was no fluids leaking anywhere. All I can say, the description I can do is just try and emulate it and then describe it. Just sounded like almost like a compressor expelling gas. That's what it sounded like to me. And I was really worried. Because even if I diagnose it, it doesn't much matter because I'm not going to have the money to take care of it. So all I want to do is cry and somehow just get back to normal, like not even van normal. I mean, like just it would be the greatest blessing to sleep in a bed, even if it was for one night in a motel, right, with air conditioning, just to get some type of normalcy. I haven't slept in a bed in over a year. Cot's comfortable, but the van gets very hot. I can't run the van all the time because of the air conditioning and the fuel cost. And lately it's been very miserable. I literally just sweat and if you watch any previous videos, I always talk about I've probably lost about 35 pounds. Well, I can tell you right now, just by looking at my body when I go to Planet Fitness to shower, it's probably 45 pounds. I'm withering away. But so let me try and get back to the story. So I checked the oil. I'm a little bit low. I'm right on the add a quart pint or whatever those things come in, quart. So it doesn't look like that's the problem, so then, so I end up going in and telling my boss what's going on, and he just happened to be out front. So I was telling him, and then he gave me a couple thoughts. He thought it could be something like a vacuum line or this, that, and the other thing, or a head gasket. And that set me off into another sphere because I know that's That's a problem. So I try and reach out to one mechanic that has helped me in the past, did my ignition coil, really nice guy from Florida town. I called him, got no answer. I texted him, got no answer. He finally did reply late last night when I was working. I was so busy and we were so far behind, I couldn't even talk to him. But then the other people that did my air conditioning work, the one guy lives close to where I work, right where I was broken down. And for some reason, I forgot it was a holiday weekend because I had to work. So to me, it wasn't really a holiday weekend. But so he was doing stuff with his family. I told him what was going on. He said he would come take a look at it. Probably couldn't do anything, but he would try and diagnose it with the handheld diagnostic machine. And so he gets the code off it, said 463. Keep in mind, I have a broken gas gauge. It's been like that for almost 2 years because it's very expensive to fix. So it shows that my check engine light is on and that I need fuel, but it's just what it is. So lately what I've been doing is putting basically 5 hours worth of gas in just to get by each day. Go work my side job, make a little bit of money, put 5 hours in, and just trying to get back and forth to work. So once we pulled the code, we get it in the guy's car, call his business partner, who's the more experienced mechanic of the two, and we're talking about it, and I was telling him the symptoms and stuff. He says, well, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think it is. He goes, you have a little bit of moisture in your tank because you've been running low. There's probably sediment in your tank. And I forget everything he said, but something like, water is heavier than gas or vice versa, or something about the water just building up over time. And he said that you're going to get that. He called it a backfire. What sounded to me to like a air expelling. He was calling that a backfire, not a misfire. What I had previously was a misfire. And so we talked about some different things. And then so they asked me to start it up. I go, start it up. Guess what? It's running fine. It's running fine temporarily, but I'm thinking like, okay, it's just a matter of time here. Like I can prove that I'm not making this up, or So I said, can I put it in gear? And so I put it in gear, thinking that would put more stress on it, whatever, and it would show them what I was experiencing. No. So the more experienced of the two, the guy's name's Josh. He says, he goes, I can tell you right now, it's just you have moisture in there. Did something with the fuel injectors. He told me I need to put, I had put $20 worth of fuel in it that morning. And basically he was saying there's just moisture in there. He said, I can tell you right now, just based on what you've told me and what you described. He says, you need to get yourself a bottle. It's a little yellow bottle. It's called Heat. H-E-E-T, Heat. So I got more fuel this morning. I went and bought the bottle of Heat, but what I should have done, I did it in the wrong order. I got fuel, got the Heat, put it in the tank, and realized I need to put more fuel in. So I put more fuel in to let that mix up, and the van seems to be running fine currently. So I'm just literally just trying to find shade. I am physically worn out and scared to death that it's just a matter of time before it's a life failure. And I thought yesterday was the nail in the coffin. So I wanted to do a live. I need to resubscribe to StreamYard. I'm trying to save $25 just in case I have another automotive calamity. But so this is the title of the video, Breakdown and Meltdown. That's the name of the video. I got lucky. I got really lucky. And I hear certain people's voices preaching to me, saying different things, but I wish people really knew and understand how difficult it is just to try and stay alive. It is a freaking battle every day. I don't like it. I want out of it. Van life, it can be really cool if you have the money to keep your vehicle up to maintained, and mine's just a basic shell. It's not what you see on YouTube. It's not all tricked out and cabinets and every spice in the world and everything. It's very primitive. And so yeah, that's how I went on a how I got some type of bug. I think it's a cockroach crawling. Sure as hell, it's a cockroach crawling on. Get off! I'm out here at a picnic on a picnic table. And I got a damn cockroach trying to invade this video. Come on, dude, get out of here. But anyway, yeah, from breakdown to meltdown, try and stay positive, get out in nature and let it try and soothe your soul, and try and stay positive even in the tough times. Talk to you folks.